All right, welcome to Capecast. We are back in action this week. Brandon and Alan, how you guys doing?
I am doing well, Ryan.
Good.
Alan, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing.
Alan's like, can we skip to the physical media section? I want to rip open this bag.
Hell yeah!
You got a bag to rip open?
Tease. That's a tease. What bag is Alan ripping open?
We have a video on how to put things in bags. I've never. I think we've done one where we take things out of them.
True. Before we get started here, just do the usual little run through. Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of the videos we're putting out. We are on Twitter at Capecast Show, and we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/CiNEMACHiNE. Appreciate all the support we get there. Actually got a little love on the Patreon last week. That was pretty awesome. So spread the love, spread the Capecast word out there, so we can keep the lights on, pay for Al's therapy, whichever is more pressing. Usually, yes, Al's therapy is more pressing.
Well, it varies from day to day.
Yeah, that's right.
It's getting expensive.
So, what have you guys been up to?
Oh man, not
much.
So many activities.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my my doc to load.
Can't pull up Google Docs out in Royston. It's getting rough.
I legit.
Nani's in the house. Hello, Nani.
Yeah, hey Nani. While the countdown was going on to get started, I was finishing up downloading it onto the iPad myself because I usually look at it on my phone, but nice. I need my phone for something else. So.
Tony's here.
Tony.
Hey, Tony.
All right.
Could be more important than this.
I've got a question for
what
Tony.
Could possibly be more important?
Oh, you've got to
ask your question for Tony.
Yeah, Mandy. I have a question from Mandy to Tony. Actually,
okay.
We were admiring his steelbook collection that he posted on Instagram.
If it's how are you married?
Yeah. But okay, so on the top shelf of your steelbook case, I guess you'd call it, there's the Harry Potter collection that they're like in larger boxes than a normal, but it's year 1 through 7. I don't know what they are. Mandy's dying to know what they are so that we can buy them, whatever they are. So let me know.
I'm gonna help you there. It's Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban.
They're like
Brandon
much larger than a typical. They're much larger than a typical, even steelbook case. I have no idea what media those are.
That's one that I was talking to Katie about the other day. I really want to get another set of those movies. I know they had that Hogwarts collection or whatever anniversary collection recently.
Yeah.
But we just have that thin Blu-ray one that's selling on Amazon for like $30 or $35 at one point.
Yeah, we bought that one, and then we have like the originals, like in the not steel books, but like the cardboard slip, type the original DVDs, and then some of them on Blu-ray and 4K.
Are they going to remaster those at any point, or?
I hope so.
They have.
Gotcha.
They did.
Are supposed to be better than others.
Yeah, well, especially with the first two.
Gotcha.
Bump up.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Yeah,
Henry Boy says, "What up? Where's Al? He's got me worried now." Al's always got us worried.
He doesn't hang around.
It's best he doesn't join in on these.
Al sits out
for those that are new.
Yeah,
because doesn't sit out. We don't allow him in Capecast.
We created Capecast.
Look at me,
because
Henry.
of Al.
Look at me, Henry.
This is your Al
now.
I am
the Al now.
Yeah.
I'm your captain now.
I am your Al now.
90% of the value is that's the one you had as a kid. Talking Harry Potter. That's my wife. There she is, the old ball and chain. Al on Thursdays only.
That's it.
That's the perfect dose of Al. You don't need any more than that.
Yep. his therapist disagrees.
Sometimes you need less.
Um,
Sorry, I got a sidetracked with all the Harry Potter talk.
No,
all
it's
right.
all good.
Well, I mean, I was going to say I am definitely interested in getting that the remastered versions for sure, especially with those first two, because they do show their age a lot more than the others. Very like there's like a little bit of haze in that transfer. But if you have them on digital and you watch them, you'll get the most recent transfer and they look a lot better.
I was proud of my wife. We were watching I don't know, I think it was just on YouTube TV or something, one of the movies that maybe Sorcerer's Stone or something, one of the earlier movies, Prisoner of Azkaban, I think. And we got like halfway through the movie and she's like, is the resolution on this this broadcast a lot lower than our our physical discs? And I was like, yes, Katie, yes it is. I'm glad you noticed. Very proud of you.
2 points.
I come from a home where like my mom couldn't tell like the difference between like 480 and 1080p. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I've been there.
Names.
Yeah. I guess Tony does not want to answer your question.
Thanks a lot, Tony. I'll never ask anything of you ever again.
Jumped out.
Jeez.
All right, Brandon. What we got? We got some Batman.
Well,
stuff?
I was gonna add, since we're on the Harry Potter topic, I did finish that Return to Hogwarts.
Oh, nice.
Special.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, we finished it last night. It was cool. Yeah, I mean, it was like, it's one of those like warm blanket type things where it's just fun to see everybody, have them reminisce and then just take a trip down memory lane with those movies. And yeah, just kind of hearing a lot of their thoughts and, having been removed from it 20 years and how big of an impact it had on them and them, seeing just how huge that was. It's hard to kind of really, it's bigger than like I give it credit. Well, not that I give it credit for, but it's hard. Like when you step back and think about how huge that property is, it's just crazy. And kind of what it spawned after, from the books to the movies to the the stage plays to the other sequels that are coming out, et cetera, video games. Like it continues to sprawl and expand and theme parks and everything. So, it was cool to see. So
yeah,
I would definitely recommend it. If you haven't, it's on HBO Max. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely worth the time. We watched that and we were just like, yep, we're gonna go ahead and just watch all these movies now.
Yeah, we had a couple of like tear up moments while we were watching it, listening to them tell the stories about, filming all this stuff together. It was really cool.
I loved I think I may have mentioned this to Brandon, but I loved the girl that plays Luna Lovegood talking about her kind of
being spacey,
kind of aloof, personality being because she had just gotten used to watching these characters on screen, so when she got there as acting, it was
I was watching it with Luna and my daughter Luna, and not Luna Lovegood, and we got to where it shows them filming their like last scene ever for Harry Potter, the main three, and they were all crying, and Luna was like, "Why are they all crying?" Like because she was like, they just filmed the regular, like them jumping on that mat, and that was the last scene. She's like, "Why are they all crying for?" I was like, "Well, it's the last time they're gonna be together filming Harry Potter. They've been doing this for a decade or however long it was, more than a decade, I guess." Yeah, she kept asking me like so many questions because watching that, like that was probably the first thing that she'd watched that was like a behind the scenes making of type thing that showed them outside of being these characters. And so she was like seeing Voldemort with all the dots on his face and like, how do they remove his nose? Like, and like she's asking me all these like technical questions.
Magic.
How do they get Nagini to, strike Snake or strike Snape? And so like all those like types of questions, it was just like fun to field for her.
Yeah,
You're not alone, Alan. You're not alone.
I know. I mean, when they talked about Alan, the other Alan, Snape, when they talked about his, he actually knew the turn that Snape was going to have, and nobody else knew it. And he had to play cool through filming. That was something I actually never knew about. So that was really neat to learn that. So that was
for sure.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I've never really watched any of the documentaries, behind the scenes making of on those Blu-rays. A lot of that stuff, I'm sure, could have been stuff that people had already kind of seen. But and I know Ryan, you and Al both had went to the London exhibit, so they're showing a lot of stuff from that thing too, which I hadn't seen. So Alan and we've just been to Universal Studios, so we're not true fans. Haven't journeyed across the pond.
No international borders.
Yeah,
across.
But we'll get there.
I have not needed a passport to go see anything Harry Potter related. So
no, we'll get there though.
Henry says, "I'm going to turn out for Bix's spoilers. Haven't watched 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Wow, man, gotta check those out.
Definitely do that. Definitely do that.
I think we're done on Harry Potter, unless you guys have anything else.
Sorry about the little.
You
I really had no clue.
You cost us a viewer.
That was my bad. Oh God.
Oh God.
What have I done? My bad.
It's your fault.
My bad.
It is your fault, Alan.
My bad.
And you just got access to StreamYard controls. You're about to lose those.
Every one of them from now on is going to be nice. like God.
It's okay. It's okay.
My bad.
I mean, Henry, we're sorry, but
he may never.
I think
he just. Harry Potter
I think he just joined as a patron too. Like,
I know.
Take it out of my next.
Alan, you're costing us income.
All right, let's get to some news. There's quite a few little.
What you got, Barndon? What you got?
All right, so I guess first thing is Robert Pattinson has been teasing a sequel to the Batman, but is unsure if it needs one. I don't know. I feel like it's inevitable.
I feel like this is just like, of course, they make the movie to be a cohesive single film, but I'm sure they're going to drop some kind of tease,
some breadcrumbs to pick up later. Yeah, totally. I mean, so the actual quote is, when I saw it for the first time, even from the first shot, it does feel incredibly different tonally to the other movie. And it's so strange and it's sad and quite touching. It's a really, really unusual Batman story. And it almost seems harder for me to imagine it being a series afterwards. I mean, they always have that little bit at the end that's like, and coming up. But other than that, it feels strangely personal. I think people will be quite shocked at how different it is. So, so
if I'm quite shocked at how different it is, it's going to be very different because I'm expecting very different.
I am too. I mean,
maybe that's a comment from the more casual viewer of these types of movies. I don't know.
For sure. I mean, it's going to be more towards like what we saw in Joker than I think what we saw in like Nolan's stuff.
Yeah.
Which, I'm all here for. So I'm excited to see it. Not too much longer, but
agreed.
But yeah, so that's cool. I mean,
that's cool.
We'll see. We'll see. Again, We say this every week. We are excited for this movie as much as we down WB and DC and are upset about the state of things. And excited for the movie.
And the fact that the suit looks like garbage.
And yeah, did you see the? I guess there was some sort of premiere, something where they had this big statue of Pattinson's.
Did they take liberties with the statue?
They had the like whatever the collar thing.
His neck brace.
His neck brace was very neck bracey. Like it was like it's even like, more exagerated.
It's NASCAR regulation. Like I mean,
it was like it looked like
NASCAR regulation.
It looked like the cone of shame for Doug. And
Pattinson kept biting people on set.
But
yeah, I don't understand that creative choice. I don't get it. I know they're the Gaslight comic and that kind of thing, but I just don't. When you combine it with like the techie looking
ink pens,
chest looking whatever, yeah.
Well, combine it with everything. I mean, it's all hodgepodge.
Pick any part of the costume, and you won't find another part of the costume that matches it.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get into another beating that dead horse kind of thing.
I don't care.
It's not even a horse anymore at this point.
Every time in our Capecast group text, every time we send anything Cape or the Batman related, everybody always qualifies it with, all right, look, the suit looks like garbage, but check this out.
Yeah. Gotta preface
and I know that's the whole point is, he's early in his career and he's still, developing things, so I know it's not going to be the finished product. So
yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Last little DC thing that we have is they were Patrick Wilson specifically was teasing some more cutting edge effects, VFX techniques.
This screen grab is hilarious.
I was trying not to giggle. I kind of snorted there for a second, laughing. That kind of caught me off guard.
That's DC right there, baby.
Yep. Look at that beard wisping in the wind. Is
it a seahorse?
He looks like he's got a mohawk, like mullet going too, the way the wind's blowing.
Yeah. Well, they have to pull their hair back.
Yeah.
Because they do it digitally and post. So yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, similarly to like I guess Dwayne the Rock Johnson teasing things for new techniques for filming superhero movies. It was interesting to me, this quote that Patrick Wilson called out the Flash in addition, like he specifically name dropped the Flash in terms of pushing the envelope with VFX. So I don't know if that's just like he's aware that they are as well, or maybe some of the production people are working on both. I don't know. Maybe nothing to look further into and besides that, but it's just strange. Not strange, but just something to note.
Sure.
Interesting.
He, as an actor, was name dropping something that he's seemingly not involved in.
Well,
is he?
Well, that's what I was going to say. There's been hints that he's going to travel through all of the movies thus far, so he could end up showing up in there. Who knows?
Hints, huh?
All the way into the Fast and Furious.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. What's your guys' barometer right now for the Lost Kingdom?
Extremely low.
Extremely low. Alan?
I like the first one, so
yeah,
I'm holding out hope.
Yeah.
I
like the first one too. Overall,
yeah,
we've talked about some of the issues. Got some issues with the humor, but and some of the stilted delivery and some of the more serious moments. More like, for whatever, I don't know. I like Yahya Abdul-Mateen the second. It's the second, right? Yeah. I like him a lot, but I just don't like him in that role. Like I think his acting is super hammy. But physical presence, fine, but just the acting, because he's great in everything else I've seen him in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I am excited to see, hopefully this one turns out better. You know, we talked about Wonder Woman 84 in terms of the directors doing what they want. You know, they got more leash, like Patty had in Wonder Woman 84. Hopefully, it's not that kind of thing with Aquaman. That and having just watched Malignant, I don't know.
You loved it.
It was funny. But not.
Yeah,
my bag.
I mean, I made it clear. Like that's like my bugaboo thing with any of these movies right now. Is like from DC to Aquaman, whatever. I hate poorly written humor, and I hate humor that undercuts stakes. So I just feel like these movies are going to be. The first one crushed. They're not going to see any reason to change anything. If Wonder Woman 84 is any indication, they may ham it up a little more. So, you know,
it just
keeping my expectations very low.
Just depends on the type of humor. I mean, we talked about it when you just mentioned it, but you know, if it's not injected, like punched in after the fact with pickups and things like that, it's one thing. And if it's
like I appreciated. There's a quote with I don't remember if it was Matt Reeves or Robert Pattinson this last week, but talking about how there's humor in the Batman movie, but it's going to be based on the fact that Bruce Wayne, like dry, has no sense of humor. Like he's just a dry personality in that sense.
Right.
Like there's ways to do it. It's just like it needs to be done the right way.
And I mean,
there's humor in all kinds of series. There's humor in BVS, and there's humor in Man of Steel, and there's humor in ZSJL, and The Dark Knight, and Batman Begins, and Joker, and all these movies that are serious in tone, but still have moments of
the Joker when his gun falls out.
Yeah. A great moment.
I mean, and I'll even throw out. I know it's kind of hit or miss with certain with people, but James Gunn does a good job of making it fluid. We may not actually all laugh at the jokes that he tells, but he does. They're not injected just for the sake of injecting. They kind of flow.
Fluid is a good word to describe his humor.
Yeah, fluid and phallic.
That.
We'll just go with that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well.
Nice.
That's about it for the DC side of things. We actually have quite a few Marvel things. Sorry, I guess Britt's not here.
Sorry, we've got quite a few Marvel things. Sorry.
I was saying, typically, if Britt was here, then we'd be like, yeah, Britt, just tell us what you think about this. But
he's gonna.
We only get him. He's like,
there's Marvel things. Come on,
he's gonna pop.
His signal is in the air.
Okay, so do you guys remember the Channing Tatum Gambit project that was in development hell forever?
Vaguely.
Yeah,
I was excited about a Gambit movie after Origins Wolverine, and then
with
this
Taylor Kish, or
I didn't even really care at that point. I just wanted to see more of that character. And when this was rumored, I was interested. But yeah, it's certainly been in development hell.
Yeah. So apparently Tatum and the guy who I guess they're going to be doing like a directing, co-directing on this movie. Mm-hmm. And they actually directed his new movie, Dog, that's coming out together. But he was just kind of talking about, what they were going to be doing with this, or intending to do with this character. I've always, when I was a kid, a lot of kids that were into comics loved Gambit, for whatever reason. I've never really gravitated to that character personally, but I know a lot of people.
Did you ever watch the animated X-Men?
That's exactly where I was going. He was such a badass in that show. I loved him in that show.
I didn't watch it religiously, but I was more of a Wolverine guy. It's funny. I always referred. I thought that when before I got into comic book, things. I thought that Wolverine's name was X-Men. I thought that was his name. But
good thing Al's not here.
But yeah,
Man,
it's
plural, Brandon.
I remember they went as far as bringing Channing Tatum on stage at Comic-Con with all the other, like I think it was for Days of Future Past year, like that year that was coming out.
Yeah.
They had like all, this huge cast picture with everybody. I remember them bringing him out. But yeah, I mean, I like Channing Tatum. I think he's got good acting chops, and he's got a good like comedic sensibility too.
Yeah.
I know that I believe he has some sort of lineage in New Orleans, so that was one of the things that drew him to the character. Pretty sure I remember him talking about that, but
Nolans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently, people that live there don't say that, and they don't like it when you say that. So
that's okay.
So the guy,
yep.
So the guy that helped, so the guy that wrote and helped write and direct Dog was attached to that.
Yeah, they were.
Is that what you were saying?
They were co-directing it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you seen Dog, Alan?
I think we might have dodged a bullet on that one. No, I haven't seen it, and I don't plan on seeing it. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Brandon went darker.
My video keeps. I don't know why it's doing that. I may have to.
No, I mean it could be good. Don't get me wrong, but it could be Air Bud with Channing Tatum in it. I'm just saying.
Well, it looks like it could be one of those, like a serviceable movie, pull out the heartstrings, dog lover type movie.
I'm a sucker for dog movies.
Yeah. So.
I won't say ever since Marley and Me, I'm not seeing a dog movie. I haven't seen one since. That one right there.
That's a rough one.
Ruined me.
Rough one. My dog Skip's rough too.
Marley and Me ruined me for sure. It was Melissa. We were still dating at the time, I believe. And I think. And she made fun of me for weeks after watching that movie because I bawled.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Jeez. Cold.
I know.
Come on, Melissa.
I'm a softie. It doesn't take much to make me cry, and that maybe I'm kind of you guys ever watched a little bit.
Dog's Purpose?
No,
I refuse.
I'm telling you, I can't do it.
They're so great. God, they're so great.
Can't do it.
I love them.
No, no, thank you. Okay, well, Samuel L. Jackson has been. He posted the photo on the left. He posted on Instagram, teasing some sort of young Nick Fury role. Nick Fury role in Secret Invasion, and in the caption he was. I don't know a ton. I don't know a ton about Secret Invasion. Do you guys have any sort of?
No, I'm sure Alan does. This is one of the Marvel shows that I'm just right now. I don't really care about, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I'm interested because
I know Britt's really into it.
Yeah, they had the
what?
They had the animated series, Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes on Disney at one point in time, and they really played into the whole Secret Invasion with the Skrulls, and come to find out, half of the Avengers were aliens all along. They never actually died because they weren't there. They were like, I don't know. I don't remember the whole storyline as far as all that goes. They had them like in chambers. They had Captain America to all of them and knocked them out or whatever. But so I don't know if they're going to follow that scenario. Well, I mean, they kind of did in Spider-Man: Far From Home. They kind of already teased that up then. So there's no telling who all, has been since that point. You really don't know. Any of these characters could have been, a Skrull. So I am excited because there's potential there.
I hated that Skrull reveal in Far From Home.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
And to be fair, I didn't like it in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I was going to say
Hunter.
for the same reason.
I think undercuts story when you do that kind of thing.
Well,
though it's cool, it's like a cool thing, if you're into that, I don't think I think the Martian Manhunter thing is a cooler reveal than Nick
There's
Fury
a way to do
and-
it. You just have to do it in a way that doesn't
Well,
undercut
and-
conversations that they've had before.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. That's my only real gripe with ZSJL is that moment. I mean, it was a fan service, and I get that, but at least with the Nick Fury storyline and Maria Hill, at least that part they paid it off at the end in the end credit scene. Where he's on the sword base. So they at least hinted to something else after. Whereas ZSJL was just saying, yeah, you guys here, you're right. Like he was Martian Manhunter the whole time. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so don't get me wrong, I loved it. It was really cool looking, but like you guys were talking about, just didn't fit the moment.
I read you, Alan. Read you loud and clear. All right.
Sorry, Zach. I'm sorry, Zach.
So Oscar Isaac has actually he said that Moon Knight was envisioned filmed as a limited series, and that it gets very weird. And I'm glad that it's limited series. I like when they just come out the gate and say, hey, this is a one-off thing. We're not planning on we're going to tell this story, a definite story. This is it. This is what we wanted to tell. And we're not going to have some, like maybe we'll do a sequel, whatever. And this is it. That's why I like HBO stuff.
Successful, they'll do more.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think Oscar Isaac is the actor that does those. I mean, maybe he will be, but I just don't think this is
be pretty lame for them to cut this character off to
and Disney's really kind of sunk their claws into him.
It doesn't mean that he couldn't appear as the character again, but as far as a series on Disney, feels like maybe the tee up is movies.
Sure.
Movie.
I mean, as long as
that would be cool.
I just hope that they don't lose the character. That would be super lame.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, but the very weird comment, I'm all for. I watched this trailer again a few nights ago, and I was like, man, I'm excited for this. Again, that last shot's a little goofy with the Disney Plus thing, the little roof jumping thing, but everything else is
It's like so CG looking too. Goofy.
Yeah. I'm probably more excited for that than any of the theatrical stuff they have coming out, at least at this moment.
Yeah.
So we'll give Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness a little bit of time to hype up, because right now it's stocked down in terms of excitement after that trailer or whatever it is.
Sure.
But I know that one of the people that works on, I can't remember what his position was, but he was teasing a pretty bonkers trailer that they have cut for the next one. So we'll see. I would love to be excited for it. More excited.
Me too. Me too.
Cool. So this is where I'm going to hand this over to you, because I don't know a lot about this character, but Dakota Johnson to play Madam Webb. This is a Sony flick, considering it's a Spidey character, and I obviously I know that, but they've been talking about making a Madam Webb project for a while. This is one of those characters they were like, oh, probably we could do like a Madam Webb, or we could do a Silk movie. What was the other one that they were?
Black Cat as well.
Yeah, it's Black Cat. Is
Cat.
that what the project
Craven
was called? Like Black and Silk or something like
that?
that?
Yeah, it was going to be like a Harley Poison Ivy type thing, but with Silk and Black Cat.
Weren't they like? And then there was like an Agent May or some sort of Aunt May agent movie that they were talking about doing. Like, this is years ago. Anyway, Madam Webb, Dakota Johnson. I love some of the people that were like saying that Ellen DeGeneres was going to play the villain because of the birthday party invite video that came out a couple of years ago.
What was it?
It's just Ellen had her on her show years ago, and Ellen said that she didn't invite her to her birthday party, and she was like, "Yes, I did." That's not true, Ellen. Like, it was this big ordeal, like where it was kind of this memeable like thing that everybody kind of latched onto. But yeah, the internet.
Yeah.
So thoughts, because I have not a lot besides. I don't even know if I've seen Dakota Johnson. I know that.
I saw her in a few movies with Mandy, and that's
50
about all
Shades
I'm
of
going to
Grey.
say about that.
I know she's Don Johnson's daughter, and that's about it.
Well, he's got to be proud.
So, Ryan,
I'm
whether it's
stoked for
casting
this.
or the character,
This movie casting, whatever, kind of goes a long way for confirming that Sony's going to go down that route of creating a Spider-Verse. This character could very easily be kind of connective tissue between, all the different Spider-Man, spider characters. I know she's prophetic, psychic powers, that kind of stuff. And frankly, it was just I remember her in the loving her in the animated Spider-Man series as well. So I'm stoked for it. I hope they do it justice. Like we kind of talked about it on the last show with Britt. Sony doesn't have a great track record right now with their solo ventures. But it can change.
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse.
They have enough properties.
Well, it's animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah. They have enough there to swing until they hit it. You know what I mean? Like they could keep going. So
yeah,
I'm excited as well. Like you said, the animated series stuff. She was a pretty cool character, so it'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of Into the Spider-Verse, one of the producers, I can't remember if it was Lord or Miller, were talking about the possibility of a MCU connection Into the Spider-Verse, and he's basically just saying like, it would be kind of weird to open up the whole like Spider-Verse scenario and say, yeah, I mean, we're doing that, but we're not going to be touching anything to do with that Spider-Verse or whatever. So
yeah.
He was just saying that, yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we've talked about or maybe doing, Who knows? Which is cool. And that's kind of, I know that you guys thought it was kind of funny whenever I was saying it would be cool in the last Spider-Man movie if they had some sort of, Into the Spider-Verse connection that not necessarily that like this animated version of Miles popped up or whatever, but like some sort of like kind of similarly to the way I think that they'll probably do it, maybe in this or in the Flash when they're kind of like when he's in the Speed Force, like going through time and seeing all these different, multiverses go by and you get little glimpses into different things. Similarly to that, like that's something they could either do, or maybe it could be more than that, more than just a cameo glimpse type thing. But yours, guys' thoughts?
Frankly, I would kind of like to keep it in its own thing. I think it does well as its own thing, and I do, as much as I love seeing all of these characters, the No Way Home stuff and everything. I just feel like there is still a line you got to kind of draw. But yeah, I don't know. That's just me.
Alan, think it would be cool to have some MCU connective tissue there.
I actually do think it would be cool if they were to do it properly, like you were talking about, Brandon. Instead of in No Way Home, I could have seen Miles stepping over, but kind of kind of be in that Cool World version where, you know what I mean, like where he can, you know, where he would be a, you know, an animated version, but also when he transferred over, he would be,
Guys,
you know,
it would be like Space Jam or something. It would be so weird.
well, I mean, I'm talking like when he steps into our world, he becomes a like you fit
Yeah.
you
Well,
fit
after
the universe
that's the
you're
thing.
in.
After
You know what I mean?
seeing
Like,
after seeing No Way Home, tonally, it doesn't really fit. Oh, sweet, you're back. Join the Patreon.
nice.
Oh, sweet, you're back.
But yeah, and similar to if they were to try to extend the MCU multiverse
She really likes
into-
what you guys are saying.
into the if they were to bring it into the Spider-Verse, I would hope that it would kind of when they cross that multiverse line that they're animated. You know what I mean? I would hope that they try to do it that way. That's I don't know. I could see Andrew Garfield.
That's right.
I could see Andrew Garfield as an animated character in that movie and doing a very good job at it.
Yeah,
You know,
it would be cool. And even if it was like a crossover where, like you were saying, I think it would honestly tonally probably be a little easier to pull off in this for sure. Where
If
if
they wanna
Andrew
send-
Garfield's Spider-Man did step through into this universe and then he gets animated for that portion of when he's in there and you know that kind
That's
of thing.
fine.
I can see that being
If they
cool.
want to send characters into these movies, like live action characters into those movies and make them animated, that's cool. Whatever.
yeah,
The other way around.
yeah.
Mm-mm. Okay.
Negative.
But I love Space Jam, Ryan.
That's how I was six and say. Watch where you're stepping there, Ryan. I love Space
Not so
Jam.
much Space Jam Legacy, but the
Well,
original
Space Jam would be what I'm talking about. They would still be going into Spider-Verse. So
Yeah. Well, see, it's actually in Space Jam, it's live action character entering into an animated world,
I
not
know.
vice versa. But you were saying that for the opposite, for the other side.
No, I was saying that I would prefer live action character going into the animated world and turning animated. I just don't want any of them going, the animated characters going into the live action.
Okay. Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Yep. Hear that, Foggy?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
We need that drop.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Okay. And then the last little tidbit is Spider-Man No Way Home is actually about to cross that threshold of domestic box office where it wasn't. It was a little premature the other day. Whenever
Online strips without clothing.
oh, nice. Do they keep changing their name?
I guess so.
Because
we gotta stop acknowledging that. They're just gonna keep showing up.
He's standing in the chat. I wonder if we get like credit though for them like dropping in on the chat, you know, like more people talking.
yeah, I don't know.
Joke's on them.
Well, yeah. So anyway, Spider-Man No Way Home has crossed, or is about to cross, Avatar's box office, which is
Nice.
cool.
Good for that, man.
It'd be interesting to see because it's gonna be hitting home video at some point pretty soon.
Yeah.
Is it April?
They're just gonna keep playing it in theaters.
Yeah.
There's
No,
the-
I mean,
It said possibly late March, so that was the last I read. So
yeah. Cool. Well, Loveface, let us know what you think.
yeah, I was fixing to say, Loveface hit them up. They've got all the money, not us.
That's true.
So, it's interesting that they changed their name because it was Here Girls Will Do What You Say.
Online girl strips without clothing.
Online strips.
That's the idea.
Could you see that on a social security card?
Yeah. Can we put in emojis in our legal names? We'll get to that point as a society.
Yeah. All right. A few Star Wars things. Andor star Stellan Skarsgård confirmed season 2. Maybe prematurely, I don't know. And says they'll begin filming in fall. Do you guys have any
Nope.
excitement for Andor.
I loved
loved
Rogue One
as well.
That was
Yeah.
maybe my favorite Star Wars movie.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I
don't
want
know.
lightsabers.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, well, there were lights. There was lightsaber, and
No, not associated with this character.
no, no. But we don't know that that's going to be the case. I mean, they could have some sort of.
It's
you
true,
know,
but I'm not
Mhm.
excited because,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
it just reads as more of like that similar like Mando-ish type deal.
It is,
Which
I mean,
is cool. Like I enjoy Mandalorian, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I watch Star Wars because I want to see Jedi and Force stuff.
Mandalorian.
It's the same thing when I read the books. Like that's the stuff I love. The books that focus on that. Like I don't know.
Mhm.
gotcha.
That's what's
Well,
unique to Star Wars.
I like expanding the universe for sure because it opens up doors for different stories to tie in that loop back around into the main story, kind of like Mando did with
Periodically referencing.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I love Rogue One, so I'm at least going to give it a shot for sure. But
it's got a little bit of.
I mean, we're all gonna give it a shot. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But
I watch everything.
of
It
the
doesn't matter.
of the shows that are, Alan's definitely gonna give it a shot. He's gonna give it a shot.
What are you
watch
talking
all of
about?
them, even if he hates it.
I watch every single episode and cry through all of it.
I just mean of the shows that are announced, this is not at or near the top of the list.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the same for me, but I don't know. I did like he and K2SO's relationship. And I think K2SO is part of this, right? So it has to be. Or I mean, this will be a prequel to Rogue One because Henry, I don't know if you're still here. If you haven't seen,
I just got even
But-
less excited
but-
for.
about to spoil
Spoiler.
something for you.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got less excited. What?
I got even less excited for this show because I remember that he died.
Oh yeah. Well,
Spoiler.
A prequel show
Come
about
on,
a
man.
character that doesn't have a lightsaber.
it is.
Sweet.
It is a tough thing to do because it kind of removes any kind of stakes for that specific character.
Hey, I mean, I'm just saying, Boba Fett crawled his butt out of that Sarlacc pit, so
We saw how that went.
there's no telling what's happening here.
Well,
And he caused Ryan to skip the first Star Wars show of his life.
yeah, he did do that. We'll get to some Boba Fett, quote unquote, in a little bit.
We use that term loosely now.
Yeah. But yeah, one more Star Wars thing. And speaking of Lord Miller, they were kind of talking about their experience on Solo. Man, I would have loved to see what they did with this movie. And it could be one of those things where I'm like, you know how there's a lot of times where I complain about things feeling not Star Wars, especially with this Boba Fett show.
Yeah.
When it comes to just aesthetic and humor, maybe that's what they just ended up doing, something that was so not in that vein.
Mhm.
But based on their track record and doing things and taking on, that's why I was excited for this project to begin with, because they were doing it. And didn't really want to see a Solo movie, but I was like, well, these guys are like the kings of taking things that nobody wants to touch and making it good. So that alone had me excited.
Sure.
And then Ryan, I know you were a lot higher on Solo than I was, but I've seen it once. I really haven't wanted to see it again. I didn't buy, how do you say his name? Ironreich? Aldenreich.
I was going to say Han
Han
Solo.
Solo.
Well, he's not that. That's my problem. He just wasn't Han Solo. Granted, big shoes to fill, but still, that's another reason why I didn't want to see it. It's like, it's going to be, and we'll get to, I guess, what options are there when it comes to you either hire somebody that can portray them, or you try and do this deep fake stuff. And they've done that throughout Star Wars from the last, 5 or 6 years to varying degrees.
Sure.
But regardless, they were just talking about, working on this and how it kind of reshaped their outlook on making movies and how to approach projects going forward. But they shot 90 days on Solo. I remember the reports were that they had that, which is why they have a directing credit still, I believe, or maybe it's a screenplay credit. I can't remember what they have. But they shot, I believe, 90%. Or that's what was reported whenever they announced that they were switching, having Ron Howard come in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would have loved to see it's, in the world of release the underscore cut of whatever it is. I would love to see what they were going to do, even if it's just rough, unfinished assembly cut stuff, just to see what they were going for tonally. Because, Ron Howard's a good director, but I just feel like he just delivered a by the numbers, okay Star Wars movie. It was nothing that special. And that's the thing, is I think it would have been, at least for me, I would have received it better if it wasn't a Solo movie. If you take this just as a different character that's not Han Solo, I would have probably cut it more slack and enjoyed it more. But because you put that baggage on there, it's like, all right, you got a lot to live up to, and I just didn't think it did much with those characters, Han and Mando and Chewie and the like. So
I just really enjoyed the world building more than anything else. I loved the Crimson Dawn stuff. I'm really bummed that I hope that maybe some of these Disney Plus shows will dive into that more, bringing back Darth Maul and that kind of stuff. Emilia Clarke's character was compelling to me. But yeah, that was kind of my main takeaway from the film.
Yeah.
Alan?
If they were going to make a movie that was not a Star Wars movie about a Star Wars character, this was the one to do it with. So I didn't mind. I enjoyed it as well. It's not my favorite, but I did enjoy it.
So that's an Al comment there. By no means is it the best movie in the world.
It's not great. You can watch it.
I mean, if we can go back and check the tape on most nights and I'm saying that about something.
Yeah.
So me and Al.
Oh boy, now we're getting all kinds of stuff in the chat.
We got KGB. We got KGB over here in the chats now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and I mean, even kind of speaking to what you were saying, Ryan, about the is it Red Dawn or what is
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn? Even with Lord Miller's version, they had was it Michael K. Williams that was in that essentially the role that Paul Bettany ended up playing.
Yeah,
he had filmed the entirety of that role as an alien character, I'm pretty sure. And so that's a performance. I mean, he's passed now, so that's a performance that's could be lost.
I actually did enjoy Paul Bettany. Thought he was decent.
Yeah, I thought he was fine. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I need to go back and watch that movie.
Taking care of it.
Nani's on the case. Nani's on the case. Here we go.
She's making us money. She's protecting our chat.
She the best. Thanks, Nani. All right. Well, we do have a few miscellaneous stuff, and one of the we talked about this. I think on CiNEMACHiNE, somebody asked about the Lord of the Rings posters, I saw one pop up, and I started sending, and I was like, "Oh, there's another one. Oh, and then I got like 10 in. I was like, "Okay, I can't keep
thread.
There's too much." But yeah, I mean, I've got them all. I can kind of scroll through them. Character wise, I assume the only one that I know for sure, I assume that's Sauron.
Yeah.
Hand of Sauron, at least. And then, we've got they're all very much the same
Beautiful
in terms of
costume design.
Yeah.
This is my takeaway.
Seems like they're trying to treat this more this has a very like Game of Thrones feel to it in terms of this like regal nature that they're presenting this stuff.
Yeah.
It seems very like house driven, like you would find in the Game of Thrones marketing. This is one that I was curious about, this like Narsil. What? Narsil?
Yeah. Narsil.
I've never heard it pronounced that.
It's pronounced that way in the movies.
I don't believe it.
You've seen the movies, right, Brandon?
There's movies of this?
When in doubt, I'm going to let Brandon pronounce it from now on.
Elrond pronounces it when he presents
I like you,
Aragorn the sword. He's called Anduril, forged from the shards of Narsil.
Well, he talks.
He don't know nothing.
He don't know no better.
But yeah, whatever this claw hand-ish Gandalf, type staff. Like I don't know what to make of this, but it looks cool.
They all look pretty awesome in different ways.
Oh yeah, and then looks probably some sort of Rohan connection there with the horse. I imagine. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of cool little character beats. You got the seemingly some elf armor there on the right.
The elves were the easiest to pick out.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean this middle one specifically gave me like Littlefinger vibes or something. That's what I was
fixing to say. That's
and a lot of these kind of gave me those types of feels, but and maybe some dwarven images here. I think, I think the one on the right is maybe the one on the left too. But cool little let's see, how many is that? That's one. I don't know. There's a lot. 20.
There were a lot of them.
But yeah, so I'm excited. And seemingly we're getting a trailer or teaser or something this Sunday.
Brandon's got a reason to watch the Super Bowl.
I do.
Hell yeah.
It's great. Finally a good reason. So,
the acorn should be a Hobbit descendant, or that's my guess. Possible.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe. Possible.
Maybe. Yeah. But I'm I don't know about you guys. Well, I do know.
Could just be large acorns, maybe not a small person.
Did Mandy and I went to Tulsa, Oklahoma for a week back in it's been like 2017, and we went to an art gallery that had a garden outside, and we actually brought home, I obviously don't have it up here with me because I didn't think that I'd need to talk about a giant acorn, but I brought one home with me. That thing's freaking huge. So
nice.
Yeah. Maybe a hobbit, may just be may just be somebody from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Who knows?
Indeed. Well, guess we'll find out. Maybe you're right, Nani. We'll see.
Someday.
And then I guess another little tidbit that I thought was kind of funny is we saw recently that Amazon is raising their Prime subscription pricing.
Bezos saw the bill for the production. He was like, "Who the hell approved this?"
And I forgot to put the
pay that bill off.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings is expensive. They gotta raise them prices.
Yep.
That's been the joke, at least. So
at least in the Capecast thread.
Yeah. Well, it was actually an article I saw.
Nice.
That's the reason they gave. Lord of the Rings is expensive, so you're gonna pay more for Prime. All right. I think that's all the news that we got.
Cool.
And I hope you guys saw this. I forgot to send it to you, but there was a trailer for an animated The Boys thing.
I saw a couple little clips of it.
Okay.
Um,
Think it's done by the same people that did Invincible in terms of animation.
is it?
Yeah, I think that's what it said.
I
Does
have
that
not
make
seen
sense?
it. Sorry, guys. Dropped the ball on that one.
Why are you even here?
I would play it on here, but
Yeah.
Strike.
How long is it? I'll just pull it up on my phone real quick and watch it while we're doing it.
it's minute and 48.
It's just
Okay,
like
never mind then.
yeah,
I'm
there's
not
just
doing it.
different. There's just different. Like, it's basically just a violent, like,
Cartoon.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Super irreverent, like you would expect.
Nice.
I think I read somewhere that some of the stuff's just made up too. It's not necessarily tied to any of the material comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's like a because I couldn't quite tell if it's supposed to be like an in-universe show. You know what I'm saying? Like a show that exists in the boys universe. Like
I'm sure. I mean, I would expect it to be. I guess it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know when it's dropping. It doesn't say. March 4th. So next month. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it said that it was from the same guys that did. Yeah, served by the warped and twisted minds of the boys and Invincible. So,
there you go.
Yeah. So we'll see. That's really the only trailer that I got this week. Unless you guys know something. He's doing here.
The other owl.
Won't speak his name.
He who must not be named.
Yeah, that's true. If it's not in Forrest Gump, I don't know. Alan.
Yo.
Watches of the week. What you got? We all watch Boba. We'll get to
that. I won't talk about that one yet. Nothing that you guys watched on anything
Tell us
else.
about Peacemaker.
Yes, okay, so won't talk much about the episode, but I will say again, there's another moment in this one that if you want to throw it up on YouTube, you can watch it. The third act it was a very James Gunn slow-mo walk, badass music moment. So it was pretty cool. And the show itself was good. I mean, John Cena played.
That's your takeaway, that it was a slow-mo walking moment?
No, there's much more to it than that. But I mean, you guys don't know what I'd be talking about anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So
you're darn right we wouldn't, Alan.
But and John Cena plays piano at one point in time, and you can listen to that on Spotify. So he plays a little Motley Crue on piano. Which he taught himself how to play, I believe, while they were filming the Suicide
It doesn't
Squad.
help that
Home
for whatever reason,
yes,
that whole like hair metal rock thing that they're going for, it's not my thing.
And see, it is my thing. So
yeah.
I do like some 80s music. So it was definitely right up my alley.
Yeah.
See, now you know what I'm talking about. That moment.
See, Brandon.
See, I've got her. Nani's Allen camp. She's watching everything that I tell her to watch. So
that's great. That's great.
At least somebody is, because nobody else on this damn show is doing it. But no, it really was. It was that, Gunn's got those moments in every movie that he's done, and I'd put this shot, that third act, I'd put it right there in it. It's in some of his best work that I've seen to date. It was really cool. So
how far, like, what's
there's 2 episodes left this season, and it's already, they haven't officially announced it, but Gunn announced it on Twitter. There will be a second season. So
why?
Because it's good.
Okay.
I can't even act like it's not anymore. It's actually pretty good.
That's great.
Actually pretty good.
I'm so happy.
Good.
It's Zack Snyder didn't do it, no, but it's still pretty good.
That's obvious, Alan. People like
Still
it.
pretty good. Yeah. Hey, I like both of them.
No, and that's not a diss. That's a diss at people, not Zack Snyder. Don't like
I like
people.
them all. Not really. I don't like them all, but I do actually. It kind of grew on me as the season went on, kind of like a fungus. You know what I mean? It just kind of latched on and
Kind of like a fungus.
hung around. You know, so but no, it really has. There's been some cool little moments throughout the show. There's been some cheesy moments for sure, but all in all,
Sure.
I've enjoyed it.
Cool.
And then Superman and Lois, kind of the same thing. I was a little off on my Doomsday prediction. 'Twas not Doomsday that was coming up out of the earth like Doomsday, dressed in a suit like Doomsday, but was not Doomsday. That was kind of threw me off. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, didn't they do Doomsday on Krypton at some point?
The sci-fi
Wasn't-
show Krypton.
Yeah.
I watched about 4 episodes of season 1.
Wait
and
a
that was-
second. Alan bailed on a DC show, and then
Well, it was on Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi Channel really has struggled to hold me with anything.
Sci-Fi is
So,
where you draw the line.
yeah, I can watch
Sci-Fi channel.
CW. I can watch CW all day long, but you know, Sci-Fi negative. But no,
It'd be
I
a
have been meaning to go
fascinating
back
case
and watch
study.
it. But
What's it about sci-fi that Alan can't watch?
no, because Resident Alien, I love that show, and it's on Sci-Fi. So, but yeah, so it's been good though. It's on par. It's the best thing CW's put out in quite some time, which isn't a very high bar, but it's there.
Gotcha.
Cool.
And then,
Well, and then
The Punisher,
season 2
season
now.
2. Yes, season 2.
Saw you skating.
Yes,
yeah,
there's
Al, you should check
another
it out.
Superman show.
Yeah,
It's got that guy from
He'd
Teen
love
Wolf.
it.
Yeah.
It's inspired by Man of Steel.
Yeah, it really is. They pulled so much source material. From
Oh,
that.
there's
not even funny.
an article from the director talking about it this last week. Pisses me off.
Yeah. Don't piss me off, Art.
But yeah, watching season 2 of Punisher, finished season 1, season 2.
Nice.
It's pretty good, but
Season
it's
2, I
definitely
got
not
maybe
season
3 or 4 episodes in, and I just
Saw the show was canceled. You
could
failed.
No, not even that. I just lost
kidding.
interest. I don't know. I didn't, and I love John Bernthal. You know that.
Yeah, we
But
did.
Hey.
I
But the
couldn't-
Agent Madani story
Yeah.
really drug on in season 2 for me,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
I'm struggling with that part. But,
That's Prince Caspian.
no, Prince Caspian was
CW
Billy.
is the A24
Billy
of
Russo.
DC.
Madani was
I
in
wouldn't
love
go
with
that
Prince
far,
Caspian.
but
But yeah, so that's it for me as far as watches go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
well, thank you for sharing. That was very brave of you.
Somebody's got to watch it. Might as well be me.
Alan, I appreciate the effort you put in.
It's all right. I'm going to keep trying to get you guys to watch it, even though you won't. I'm going to keep doing it anyway.
Superman and Lois.
Any of them that you're not watching.
Anything.
Anything,
something.
Brandon. Just watch a damn superhero thing on our superhero show. That's all I'm asking.
Well, you know what, Alan? I did.
What you
I
watch,
watched the superhero
Brandon?
thing.
What you
Okay.
watch, Brandon? Tell me.
Okay.
I watched the Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. I mentioned this a few weeks ago that we're doing an
I haven't
MCU
seen
rewatch.
this one in forever.
Oh,
Yeah, I hadn't either.
it'd be a good rewatch.
And yeah, it was good. I mean,
All I know is every time I see clips of this, I just miss them, the Hulk from anything now.
yeah, I like this movie. I think it's
Thanks, Al.
yeah, you're our whipping post.
Yeah, we need
I
a shirt,
can't-
Snyder snobs.
Yeah. Put
Must
it in
be
the
our
store.
must be the first 2 letters in my name, Al. That's what does it for him.
Yeah. Yes. I can't envision Edward Norton continuing this role in the same
Yeah.
way that Banner ended up being not even portrayed, but just I can't see him doing anything that they've done in the future.
No chance.
So I mean, even though it is technically canon to the MCU, it still feels, other than the general
just
connection
just kind of roped it in. Yeah.
And the Tony thing at the end. It's kind of standalone. I mean, I guess we have kind of seen Abomination and Shang-Chi.
That's a tough thing to overcome for me, is a change in the main character. Like,
well, I know, Ryan. Well, you don't like it, period. And I'm with you there for the most part. I mean, regardless, I would rather, I like the continuity, actor to actor, but MCU's definitely had a few of those instances. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was fun. It definitely still feels like early Marvel in the whole like grand scheme of things. Not nearly as like refined as the first Iron Man was. But it has its moments, and that Harlem sequence at the end, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's interesting because what's his name, Mr. Green, not Mr. Green, Mr. Blue. They kind of tee him up, for future installments, and they've yet to kind of do anything with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty solid non-MCU movie. It's like
sure.
Yeah, so we've got Iron Man 2 next. We're doing them in release order. So as far as our rewatch.
Nice. What did Luna think of it?
Did I do?
We saw the picture of Luna, at her basketball game. So
that's right.
I know there's parts of it that she liked.
We didn't. I didn't even do I didn't write down a review. Oops.
Come on, Dad.
But yeah, the next day at her basketball game, she was at the last scene of the Incredible Hulk. He's like, in this meditation pose on the floor, and she's on the sidelines, sitting down on the ground as her team's playing, and she's in that meditation pose with her eyes closed as the game's going on. She's the best,
but gets her athleticism from her dad.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, did I tell y'all their first game? No, it was a scrimmage game. She gets put in the game. She's the shortest one in the league. Like, she's tiny compared to all these other girls. Like, there's literally two girls on her team that's two of Luna. Like, no joke. Anyway, so her coach puts her in the game. She's in there for like 2 minutes or so, and then she runs up to the coach. I'm out. And the coach goes, No, you're still playing. And she goes, no, I'm out. So she was like, I'm done. It's over. But yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, and then one of the things that's not necessarily a superhero Capecast type thing, but I did want to mention it because internet buddy of ours, Jake Contau, did the art for this, and I just got it and started playing through it. He did those ZSJL prints.
Talented artist.
And sure. These games are so much fun. Like, just Uncharted in general. And so I started replaying Uncharted 4. And it's great. It's a lot of fun. And I would say, even though this is technically the fourth entry of this franchise, it's kind of, you could pretty much pick it up, play through it without having much prior knowledge. It kind of holds your hand in that regard. So super fun, and it's awesome to play on PS5 at 60 frames per second if you're into that kind of thing. If you're like I have, that's the thing really, because the lack of a lot of exclusives on PS5. They've been doing remasters and updates for a lot of these PS4 games that bump them up to like 60 frames per second, and it just makes for such a more enjoyable experience. So yeah, check it out. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. And if you own Uncharted 4, you can get this for $10. You just upgrade it for $10 and you get both these games. Even if you don't have the legacy,
Yeah, but do you get the disc?
you got to have the disc, but you would already have it.
So you couldn't have had the digital and then upgrade?
Yeah, you can do the digital upgrade. Yeah. But yeah, Uncharted, the movie, I'm a little not too excited for. I'm interested to see what it ends up being, but I don't have a lot of faith that it's going to be great. But maybe it'll be serviceable. Maybe it'll be something I can watch with the kid, because Luna did start playing this with me. So
yeah,
it could be something fun. But time will tell. But yeah, so I guess we've all seen the Book of Boba Fett.
Yes, we have.
If you're in the comments, you haven't seen it, just go ahead.
Now's the time.
We'll go ahead and just do that.
Nice.
Spoilers!
Clicked it at the same time.
I know. We're so in tune with each other. And sometimes it's a problem, Ryan. Sometimes it kind of is an issue. Yeah. Book of Boba Fett. Episode 6, I believe. Again, not really a Boba Fett episode. He's in there for maybe 5 seconds.
It's the best kind.
And you're not wrong about that. So far, at least. Yeah, I guess just kind of general thoughts. What'd you guys think?
Alan?
This one's kind of fresh on my mind for sure. Mandy and I just finished it at like 7:30. So
Were you unspoiled going into it?
Partially. There were things that I knew that were coming. I mean, if you spend 2 seconds on Twitter with the algorithms they have set in, I was going to find out things about the show.
But, the mute function is a great function.
Yeah, but I don't really too much care about spoilers on certain things. So
gotcha.
On this kind of stuff here, I kind of figured I'd hear it in our group text anyway. So
yeah,
figure why not, but all in all, it was really cool. I enjoyed a lot of it. The deep fake Luke was so much better than the Luke at the end of Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah,
but I'll send it on to the next. And which one of y'all wants to go next?
Ryan, you go ahead.
I enjoyed elements of this episode. There were definitely parts of this episode where like a little like geek out moments that were really cool. A lot of the Baby Yoda stuff was awesome. The lightsaber thing and whatnot. The Cad Bane stuff was cool. I hope that character gets the attention that it deserves.
Do you have prior knowledge to that character? Like,
yeah, I mean, he's basically just
him, but just mainly his character design.
He's basically just like kind of like the most badass assassin bounty hunter that there is.
Does he traditionally just appear out of nowhere in the Tatooine desert?
I can't say that I remember a instance of that happening. But yeah, like he he's done work for like tons of different Sith Lords and that kind of thing. Which should be a cool thing to see explored.
Cool looking character. Even Al said so.
Did he? Nice.
Yeah.
I gotta disagree that I hated all the Luke stuff. Hated it. It just get Sebastian. I don't even care if it's Sebastian Stan. Get somebody to play Luke Skywalker. I can't watch this material with they didn't even record anything with the guy. They used the tech to build his dialogue from old lines, and that's why everything felt like There was no emotion in his voice. It didn't even feel like he was having a conversation with characters on screen.
Yeah.
I
will definitely give you that. And hearing them talk about how they created that kind of gives a little bit more credit to why it felt that way. But I'm more on Alan's side in terms of
everybody is.
I thought when I was watching it, I felt like I was watching Mark Hamill from that era.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issue. I mean, there was moments where, and I'm looking for it though.
The camera
I thought it was the best,
stuff,
the best iteration of this that Star Wars has done. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And other than the stilted dialogue that didn't just feel floaty, like it wasn't existing in the scene, I didn't have any issues really, not major issues with how they did the deep fake stuff. It was so much better than last year.
Yeah.
And I don't like, in my opinion, that last season with the Luke thing was such a cool moment until the reveal when he pulled his hood down, and then it was just like, oh, this is not. I don't like this.
Yeah,
I don't want. And again, I don't know. I don't want another actor. I talked about the Han Solo stuff earlier. Like I
don't know. Maybe this is partially a books thing. After reading all the books that I read, I feel like Luke is so unexplored. Like I almost feel like there's an opportunity to do more with that character than they've even done in any of the.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah,
but
I don't want to see. I don't want to see a digital version of that character.
Well, did you see the?
I have no interest in it. Like,
did you see the guy that they used?
Everything was so flat. Like his facial expressions were flat. There was no emotion. It was just.
It wasn't really an emotional.
Anything.
That's what I was going to say. And he's trying to be. He's trying to.
He's pretty stoic.
He's trying to express to Grogu to cut emotional ties. So. It wouldn't make much sense for him to be
Ryan,
emotional at
reasons.
That point. Come on, man.
Gosh, what do you?
Come on,
do
dude.
you even Star Wars, bro?
But no, did
Jeff?
Did you guys see the? Did you guys see the photo of the actor that the stand-in that they used to? I mean, his bone structure was almost identical to young Mark Hamill's. It was. They could have just used. I mean, they really could have almost used him.
Turd.
Oh, come on now! Now you're just lashing out. You're just
really
lashing
are
out.
channeling Jeff.
Okay. You're just lashing out.
If I need to leave, I can.
It's okay.
But no, it's like you said. That's been Marvel, Star Wars, Disney's problem through this whole pandemic. When they have this voiceover crap going on, it sounds disconnected because it's not done with everybody else. You know what I mean? There's no
I think
way
this
for
one
it to have that. Yeah.
More so because of the way they, it is Mark Hamill's voice that they're using, but it's like a augmented, they sample all this audio and then it kind of creates this digital version. They did that recently with the documentary for what's his name? Anthony Parts Unknown. What's his name? Anthony, the guy that passed away.
Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain.
Oh,
yeah. But yeah. So that's the only issue that I took with it. But other than that, I liked a lot of this episode, but I felt like it was like all over the place. Like it just felt like so like. And it felt like a fan film, essentially. Like
I can see that.
It didn't have like all these like cool moments, didn't have any build up to them. It was just like, and then it's like two kids playing together on the playground, and they're like, and then Cad Bane shows up. They got their action figures, and it's like that kind of stuff. And it just kind of happens out of nowhere. And for me, that's not super rewarding. It's cool, but it's like it makes it less impactful.
Yeah.
When you're just throwing all your toys together and not letting even this Grogu stuff. Like, come on, man. Mando being like, I miss him. I want to go see him.
I was afraid they were just gonna after the last episode where he was like, I gotta go see somebody. I was afraid they were just gonna like do like him drop the thing off and jet out. Like I was like fully expecting them to not spend any time with Grogu and Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, and I'm of two minds with it. I liked seeing all that stuff,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I just like I wanted. I think they needed some time before we got to this point to
Brandon,
actually
you watched
miss the character.
You watched the whole show. What are your thoughts on this? Got a Twitch comment. I love it.
It is possible. I don't know. I hadn't thought about it until you mentioned that.
Yeah, but when he came walking through the desert,
I mean, it seemed like they were hinting that whoever the syndicate or whatever that group of Harley riding.
I was really hoping
which y'all didn't even watch that.
I was really hoping that they were
taking your word for that
character into Crimson Dawn.
But when he came walking through the desert, I was trying to explain to Mandy who he was, and I was like, the marshal might die right here,
Rango,
because they're not gonna bring this character in to have him lose a duel at the beginning and kill him. So somebody's dying, I think Timothy Oliphant might be saying goodbye on this episode, which
it was awesome.
I don't think he did.
It was an awesome character design, and also the voice was great.
It really was. That was to me one of the coolest reveals of the episode, and I actually knew it was coming just from Twitter. But that was really, really neat. It was real nice.
So
like I
takeaways,
said,
episode was a little disjointed. Hire Sebastian Stan. Cool. Let's move on to physical media.
so says Ryan.
Yeah, but overall, like I said, I enjoyed it. I don't think I enjoy even with all the stuff, even like we didn't even talk about Ahsoka being involved. Like there was so many things that were just like, okay. I just wish it was played out over more time.
When the twins stated that the planet was promised to another syndicate, who had the power to make that promise?
What
Brandon?
do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Didn't watch the show. I think what you think, Brandon.
Yeah.
I always think what you think.
I don't know.
Brandon, you talked about it earlier, and I don't remember what you said. So go ahead and bring that up again.
The floor is yours.
I hadn't. Well, the only I mean, he basically just kind of added more to what I was saying in terms of still having that be a possibility that he's the one that was behind it. But I mean, I guess it's possible. I don't know. I'm interested to see because one episode left, and which you guys didn't watch any of the other prior episodes, maybe besides the pilot, but
1, 5, and 6. That's where I'm at right now.
Same.
Yeah, and you're better for it, honestly. It's going to be interesting to see.
Hate watch them.
if they wanted me to watch them, they wouldn't have put Boba Fett in them. I'm just
well,
I'm just playing.
Yeah,
it's sadly accurate though.
It's going to be interesting to see how they tie all these things together and to what extent, because they put that poster out with all the characters, even like Luke and Grogu and Mando and Ahsoka and Cad Bane, all these characters. If they're going to play out in the finale, if this is going to be this big battle, I don't think that would be the case. I don't think they'll have Luke and Ahsoka in there at least. Not to that extent in terms of like a big battle. Maybe they will. It'd be cool to see if they can do something cool with it. But
yeah,
I don't know. Again, I wish it was played over more time and not just such a big detour. Okay, we're gonna do this Mando and Grogu and Luke and Ahsoka and all these other stuff. And like it's just too much.
Right.
I'm sure some of it was left loose just so they could bring in, Mando season 3. But I'm like you. There were a lot of openings left when that episode ended. So I'm like, where are they going to go with this?
Yeah. And as frantic as I felt this episode was, I feel like it's going to be
this Star Wars
the same.
The Star Wars Disney Plus. That's what this show is. Basically, it feels like to me, it's just like a point at which the tree branches out. I feel like the Star Wars Disney Plus show world is about to go bonkers.
Well,
all over the place.
I mean, it kind of feels like they're using this, like you were kind of saying, they're planting a lot of seeds that are going to bear fruit one way or the other in all these other, like with the Ahsoka show doing its thing with Mando season 3. They'll probably have some sort of connection to the Obi-Wan, and they're turning Star Wars into Marvel in credits. Britt, be excited. There's going to be some in credits stuff for you to be excited for. So look out.
Somebody's got to be.
Oh, we're so down, aren't we? Oh, we're spoiled. Again, though, I hate being like negative about the cool things that we did get to see, because they are cool things for sure. I wish it was.
I think I'm more excited about the prospect of the future for a lot of these storylines versus kind of what's going on right now with this Boba Fett show.
Yeah. It feels a little prologue-y.
It does, yeah.
So, and that could be the intention, but it just feels very disjointed when you kind of look at it on a bird's eye view. So, anyway, anything else for Boba Fett?
Don't think so.
Okay. Well, time has come for physical
This
media.
is your moment, Alan.
That Alan has something that he wants to show us for physical media. Ryan, do you have anything?
You guys go ahead.
I got my Dune prints in, but they're still in the tube.
Mentioned that twice already.
So. Yeah, I may end up actually selling those and getting the one that
what are you, Al?
Gabs is doing
things?
No, I ordered these. I ordered these, and then I think it's Gabs, one of the artists of Bottleneck. He did a print that Brandon and I both have, but he's teased a Dune print that he's doing, and I know I'm gonna have to have it. I know it already because I love art. So
yeah, I feel
that
you.
might be
that's my biggest, like, because I don't like selling things. Like if I buy it, I want to keep it. I don't want to flip it. I don't want to get rid of it. And so whenever a print comes out, I'm like, okay, what's the likelihood that they do another one that I like more than this? Like, do I really love this printer? Am I just buying it because I like it all right, but I don't love it? I just like little games that I have to.
I really do like the art. I just I'm a sucker for all the stuff that he does, and I saw that little preview he put out. I'm like, I'm gonna need it. I need it. I already need it. I've just seen like some stencil or some pencil work on it, but I'm gonna need it.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like Ryan's advertising these Dune prints is like our version of the Venom post-credit scenes.
Yeah,
they don't really make any sense.
Oh, I do.
They're pretty cool.
I do have one more. I do have one thing. Hold on 1 second.
Show it,
Alan. You're gonna have to wait.
Sorry, I got a couple other comics.
Just keep everybody guessing
while he's waiting.
Yeah,
I bought a few. I know I sent them in the group text, but I bought a few comics.
Does your Cogsworth thing always?
I ordered this bad.
Oh yeah,
forth?
This is. I'll show that in a minute. Sorry, go ahead, Ron.
I get. I ordered this bad boy like 2 days before they announced that Dakota Johnson was
nice.
Cast as Madam Webb. Really cool cover. And I checked I looked at the eBay prices for like the newsstand issues and stuff when they announced the day that they announced it, and everything was up like $20 immediately.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Funny.
I like it.
I got nothing. I haven't bought anything. Geeky.
Well, Brandon, you were just talking about it. Our neighbor just got back from Disney, and we gave them money to pick up because we already had Lumiere, and we have like the Disney Parks edition Cogsworth to go with them. So
Nice.
it's actually a working clock. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, now it's
so
now it's off. Does the little chime, whatever that thing's called, the weight that rocks back and forth, is it
Always.
actually functional in terms of making it tell time?
No, I don't believe so. I think it's just as long as the battery's in it, it's going to keep doing that. So
Okay.
I don't know. Who knows how magic works?
I know.
Stop asking questions, Brandon. God.
All right, so I picked up a few comics. Another older Spidey. It's a Marvel team ups. It's
Nice.
I'm trying to turn it here. Got Moon Knight, Iron Fist, Power Man.
How do I solo you? I don't know how to do this.
There we go. It was pretty cool. I picked it up. We went to Borderland Comics in Greenville, and they had a cool yearly sale going on.
Nice.
I picked up that. I picked up Action Comics 714.
So cool cover.
There's something about Joker wearing Superman's.
Nah, that's cool art. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I tend to like a lot of
while
those
back.
arts that are clean background character.
All right. So then there's this.
All right. So moving on.
So I've already cut the bottom off of it so that I could pull it out easier.
Did you smell it like right when you like? Oh, this smells like the year.
This smells like 1992. To be honest, I've waited almost my entire life to open this, so getting to do it with you guys, that'll be pretty cool.
I hope it's worth it.
Love it.
For real, like I was Cal's age. I was 10 years old when this comic book came out, and I bought a newsstand copy, so I never got to see what was in the bag. So this will be a first. So,
oh, buddy.
Well, that sucked. I'm just playing. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. It's the headstone.
Nice, yeah.
And then there's a like a fold out on the back end. And then let's see here. I think it's in the comic. There is the armband that all the heroes wear when he dies, which was really cool. This was, honest to God, the reason I wanted to open it right here. It unfolds, and
what if you opened it up and there wasn't one in there?
next week it's going to be on my arm, just so you guys know. I'm wearing it every Tuesday night from here on out. But let's see here. I've got the obituary for Superman was inside.
Nice.
All this is mint 1992 condition here.
Cool.
Awesome.
And I've got some stamps.
Good thing it was covered in the black outer cover, because it kept sunlight from getting in there, making it fade.
Yes,
that's a good point, right?
And there's like I don't even know if I can. There's the funeral scene.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that'll be hanging up somewhere.
This thing had to have been thick
in the area. Yeah. It barely fit inside of the bag and board.
Nice. Cool, man.
You
muted yourself. Not in your moment.
Sorry.
What'd you do?
I don't know. But sorry, I'm kind of like blown away that I actually opened that. So
cool.
I have another one.
A minute?
I have another one. I have another one that's still sealed. So
if you need to turn your camera off, Zack Snyder, Jesus can step in for you for a second.
I'm getting a little glassy eyed here. No, but it was cool. I mean, like I said, that's 30 years, dude.
How much? I'm just curious. What does that comic run like retail? What'd you pay for
that one? The bag itself was actually a little faded. The red wasn't as pristine as my other copy, so I think I paid like $20 for that one.
Gotcha.
Retail it was $2.50, I think. So yeah, in the bag it was $2.50. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was it. That's what I got. But
sweet, man.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Thank you for saving that for this exclusive Capecast reveal.
Darn
I'm
right,
not saying-
baby.
It's all right. I chose you guys over my 10-year-old son. I didn't open it with him. I opened it with you guys. There we go.
Well, you made a mistake,
That's all right.
sir.
He can watch it later, you know?
He's going to get the poster and everything anyway, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. He's getting it all.
I'm gonna leave you up there. You stay up here with me. All right. Well, cool, man. That's awesome. Very cool. I got to get my my Justice of the ZSJL comics. Got to get them kind of framed up or displayed in some way.
Yeah.
They're still just laying in a box.
Are you framing all of them?
Yeah, I will. I mean, I want to display them together. So
Cool.
I just got to figure that out. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this hasn't changed yet, but it will soon enough. Yay, we win. Exactly. Yep, same run of movies coming out this week, or not this week, but upcoming soon.
I got you.
So hopefully you guys are. I think Batman tickets go on sale Thursday for regular screening. There's a fan screening as well that went on sale today. So if you got tickets, sweet, congratulations!
All over the Twitters today.
Yeah, and it seems like it's performing really well. So
Remember when we showed up at our Justice League fan screening, and half the theater was empty?
Yeah, pre-pandemic.
should have been like, oh, well, this isn't good.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
What do you do? You
Not a
know?
good sign.
Yeah.
Nice, Nani, nice,
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that that kind of wraps it up there. Unless you guys have something.
I think I'm
I don't
good.
believe so.
I think I'm
Yeah.
good.
Trying to think, what's gonna be taking the place of once because the Batman comes out March 4th, so we'll be replacing that. What's gonna be? Let me look at this. Morbius, I believe. Morbius gets put back on the schedule because it was on there like a month ago and it got bumped. So
We got
Classic.
a soft spot for it might go back again. Who knows?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's really just a stand-in.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, yeah. Before we jump here, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, notification bell, so you can stay up to date on all the videos we're putting out. We're on Twitter at Capecast Show, and we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/CiNEMACHiNE. We appreciate all the support we get there. Nani is one of our patrons. She's also our business development representative, apparently.
yeah.
So we
Part of
appreciate
our
you,
marketing
Nani.
team.
Yeah.
So appreciate that.
She's our Texas sales rep.
Yeah. How are we doing in Texas, Nani? Let us know.
Yeah.
DM us.
I should say, Mandy will be going to Austin, Texas.
Nice.
She's going to South by Southwest, so she'll be there then. So
Oh,
cool.
sweet.
Yeah.
Work or personal?
A little bit of both. She's getting the whatever the platinum one where you can go to the entertainment and the work. Like she's doing the tech and the entertainment side. So
Awesome.
a lot of stuff got pulled.
And you're not
here
going?
recently. Somebody's got to stay here with these damn kids. You know what I mean? Like,
They're the worst kids.
it's all
Right, Ryan?
She'll take pictures. And
Henry
send them
Boy
to me.
says we're good in Texas, and
Nice.
Nani confirms as well. So
Awesome.
it's good.
Nice.
It's good.
Good to know. I love Texas. I've been there once, and I can't wait to go back. So I may just hop in your wife's carry-on, make a trip with her, Alan. So
Go on with it. I ain't going. She'll need somebody there.
yeah. All right. Cool. Well, guys, thanks for joining. Everybody that was in the chat, everybody that's watching this after the fact, appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you Thursday on CiNEMACHiNE next week here on Capecast. But yeah, y'all have a good one. See you next time.
Bye.